In the game of the year for the Denver Nuggets, no Jamal Murray, no Aaron Gordon versus the undefeated top seed in the Western Conference. The Denver Nuggets, they get down 16 points in the third quarter, and when everybody thought that the lights were about to go out, the Denver Nuggets go on an absolute tear, take over the lead in the third quarter, and then they get down into the stretch of the fourth quarter, and it is a back-and-forth game. Nikola Jokic, monster game. Russell Westbrook, best game as a Denver Nugget. Michael Porter Jr., incredible second half. Christian Braun continued to show he was the right choice. Peyton Watson, game-saving block on SGA at the rim. The Denver Nuggets, they lock in on defense, take care of business down the stretch, and y'all know what time it is, Swipa gang? Let's get straight into it. The Denver Nuggets get a 124-122 win versus the OKC Thunder, y'all, in the game of the year. What an incredible game. What an incredible performance all the way around. Shout out to Michael Malone. He's been figuring out some rotations for this team. The young boys, they have been asked to step up, and step up they have. Y'all, this is your boy Swipa. Make sure you give us a like, share, and subscribe. Continuing to build up this Swipa gang community. More special content on the way, y'all. Let's get straight into it, y'all. This was absolutely the game of the year. This was the game that the Denver Nuggets needed to get under their belt. They had a great game last week on Friday versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. They got up 10 points. They should have closed the game out. They don't. And then that puts them behind the 8 ball. The Denver Nuggets come back home, play versus the Toronto Raptors, get the win in the clutch. And then in this game, the Denver Nuggets versus the OKC Thunder, the best team in the Western Conference, everybody's favorite to come out the West. The Denver Nuggets look at this game, no Aaron Gordon, no Jamal Murray, and they respond in a huge way. This was a dominant performance for the Denver Nuggets. What a game. What a game. Y'all, the best player in the world plays on this team. It's really simple. The best player in the world plays on this team, and it made all the difference today for the Denver Nuggets, man. They are just continuing to find ways to get Jokic the ball, to find ways to get him spread around the court, to figure out how best to utilize his passing, utilize his scoring, utilize his rebounding. Y'all, tonight in this game, I want to pull up for you because I want y'all to see for yourselves how good he was today. Tonight in this game, Nikola Jokic had one of the most impressive stat lines you're going to see from an NBA player in a game that they needed to win, in a game that they dominated in the second half. And y'all, this was a masterclass performance for Nikola Jokic. So don't let the shooting numbers fool you. Jokic dominated this game, and so much so he was getting fouled for a majority of the game. He was getting fouled for the majority of the game, and he really had to find a way to overcome really stifling defense from Chet Holmgren. They were helping off of everybody to guard Joker. Joker, 23 points, 20 rebounds, 16 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 1 of 3 from 3, 8 of 17 from 2, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, and he was a +8. +8. And y'all, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Let me bring this up for y'all. Don't get it twisted. Somebody brought it up. Jokic's defense on Shea at the end of the game with the backcourt violation was amazing. Jokic literally got into his bag. Defensively. And in the second half especially, man, they had to have just a different level of performance from Joker if they were going to win this game, and they did it. Everybody that needed to step up and play well today, they did, and Nikola Jokic was the catalyst. He's obviously the best player in the world. He's the 3-time MVP, the Finals MVP. He's the best player in the world this season. He's the MVP of the NBA this season. He has been absolutely going crazy this year. 28.8 points per game, 13.4 rebounds, 11 assists per game, 53% from the field, 51% from three, 80% from the line. Just a dominant season so far for the best player in the world. Utterly ridiculous performance tonight for Nikola Jokic. And every single time that OKC went the double joker, he made it their business to get burnt. I'm talking in cutter to the basket, the one pass away from Michael Porter Jr. that he seemingly just keeps hitting this entire year. Jokic was aggressive, he was dominant, and his scoring numbers could have been even better. The game got so out of hand from a foul standpoint. It got so out of hand from a foul standpoint today that Michael Malone, after Joker was getting grabbed repeatedly, had to run onto the court and get a technical foul called against him. And the OKC Thunder, after they made the technical free throw and they made the dunk on the other end, they went up 16 points. And then the Denver Nuggets proceeded after that, just motivated by the game, motivated by the moment. They came out and they hit 3 straight threes. OKC kept having to respond. But they responded, and they did not let OKC maintain the lead. They went on basically like an 18-2 run at one point in the third quarter. And just a dominant performance in the third quarter, y'all. And y'all, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It really started, man, with Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, I want to follow up with what I said. I said that Russell Westbrook could be a very good signing for this team. I said Russell Westbrook could be a difference maker for this team. I said Russell Westbrook would give them the best approximation they had. Bruce Brown since he left. And that's exactly what he's been, y'all. Russell Westbrook tonight, best game as a Denver Nugget, 29 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 of 4 from 3, 7 of 11 from 2, 6 of 9 from the free throw line, a 76.5 true shooting, 32 minutes played. He was the best guard on the court. He inspired them on that 16-point comeback they had in the third quarter. Absolutely dominant game from Russell Westbrook. He was finishing over people. He was getting to the basket relentlessly. He was creating contact at the rim relentlessly. And when they backed off of Russ, he made them pay as a three-point shooter. And Russ and Jokic have figured out a real synergy. Russell Westbrook is still an incredible passer. He's incredible at diving to the rim. He's incredible reading off of post cuts for Joker. And when he does all of these things, man, he really makes a difference for this team. And today, he was literally phenomenal. And they do not win this game unless Russell Westbrook does what he does. Russ has been, again, he's had some really bad moments offensively, but his defense has been great. And when Russ even had a stop on SGA, he got a foul call on that was ridiculous because he maintained his position. SGA actually got surprised by how stout he was and fell over and got a call. But his defense legitimately this year has been great. I'm not going to understate it. It's been great. Now, if you look at the box score, if you're a box score watcher, you're going to see Russell Westbrook was a minus 14. The only reason it was a minus 14 was because of the first half and then because of the second unit stint that he had to man without Joker. And they just couldn't generate offense. It was like Zeke Naji, Hunter Tyson, Michael Porter Jr., and others. And so that's why his plus-minus was like that. But again, that's the same thing that happened to Jamal Murray. His plus-minus is typically lower than the starters because of what he has to do with the second unit. And that's exactly what happened today. Russell Westbrook was way better than a minus 14. He helped them win the minutes in the third quarter. And what I love about Russ, Russ has conceded where he is in his career. He's conceded where he is in his career. And what I mean by that is Russ has not closed in the fourth quarter in back-to-back games this year. But the reason why they're doing that is because Michael Malone is intentionally trying to build the confidence of Julian Strawther, Christian Braun, and Peyton Watson. So he's letting them close. And they did it again. They did it versus the Raptors, and they do it again today. And Russell Westbrook has been a phenomenal leader for this team. He's been a phenomenal voice in the locker room for this team. He has been running. He's been earning his minutes. He's been playing defense. And he has been literally a godsend for the team inside the locker room. He's been incredible, y'all. And it needs to be understood that the Denver Nuggets do not win this game unless Russell Westbrook decides to turn the clock back like he did. Legitimately great defense and rim pressure. So shout out Russell Westbrook. Played incredible tonight. Just an amazing game. But y'all, the rest of the starters, man, let me just say, Michael Porter Jr., man, he started off this game rough. He had 3 points, y'all. He had 3 points on one made three in the first half. 3 points on one made three in the first half. OKC was doing their darnest to make sure he was not getting the ball, to make sure that he was going to have as difficult of a time as possible in trying to get an open shot, but it didn't matter. Michael Porter Jr. today had 21 points in the second half. I think he had 5 threes in the second half. He did. 24 points, 41 minutes played, by the way. 24 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 of 16 from the field, 6 of 10 from 3, 4 from the free throw line, 1 steal, +4 in a game they won by 2. +4 in a game they won by 2. And also, one of the things that makes this game so good for Michael Porter Jr. Mike was getting cooked a little bit defensively, but eventually he figured it out and what he needed to do and maintain good position, started getting good closeouts. Just an excellent game, man, from Porter. Like, truly an excellent game. And the thing that the Nuggets are doing this year to compensate with Jamal out and when he's on the bench, when Jokic and Porter are together, Jokic basically will get in the post off that right block, and if you're going to single coverage me, I'm going to cook you. But on the other end of that, if he gets into a position where you're trying to double, you're either doubling off of the weak side wing, so the wing that's directly next to the player over the top. If you double off that wing, Jokic, that player is cutting. It's Russ or it's Braun, and they're cutting every time. Every time. And off that action, they're getting a basket or a foul. And then on the other side of that, if you double at the top, Michael Porter Jr.'s level, they're literally conceding a wide open 3. And it's buckets. I don't even know what the points per possession are on that action when he's at the top, but it is buckets. Wow. It's a different kind of player, man. And I'm really excited to see how they continue to work out that 2-man game this year. But Michael Porter Jr., man, what a great game, y'all. And y'all, I'm going to get to the other man of the hour. 37 minutes played, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 7 of 14 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, y'all. 1 block, 2 steals, played great defense on SGA, +6, Christian Braun. Christian Braun has been exceptional. He has been exceptional. Everybody and their mama said that KCP, I also thought, I'm not trying to gas it. I also thought that KCP it's a player they needed to bring back. So don't hear from me. I'm not saying they shouldn't have brought him back. But what I'm saying is everybody that was ESPN, Fox Sports, everybody putting the rankings together, they lost KCP. They're so much worse. They're so much worse. They're so much worse. Their defense is going to take a step back. Their offense is going to take a step back. They're not contenders anymore. What are they going to do? They're getting worse around Joker. Calvin Booth is not doing his job with this particular pick. I still think Calvin has some things that he could do. But people were legitimately saying this kid wouldn't be ready for the moment. They were saying Christian Braun would not be ready for the moment. And what happened? Y'all, look at this. Look at this. Christian Braun has been excellent this year, y'all. Christian at 24 and 8 tonight. 24 points and 8 rebounds tonight. And he was 6 of 6 from the free throw line and 4 of 4 from 3. Look at this. Christian Braun this year, 16 points a game, a 65.4 true shooting. Shout out my boy at NBAU, 65.4 true shooting. He's shooting 54, 46, 85 splits. 64, 54, 46, 85 splits. Y'all, come on now. Last 8 games. Look at what he's doing. Look at his numbers. Look how dominant he's been. That's a player that you can rock with, man. That's a player that you can win games with. Like, that's so crazy to me. He's shooting 85% from the free throw line, y'all. Do y'all realize how big that is, that you're getting an 85% from the free throw line? From Christian Braun, with the amount of athleticism he has, with his ability to get to the rim, with his ability to finish, he has legitimately been a great guard finisher this whole year. Legitimately been a great guard finisher this whole year. And to be able to get that kind of production from that spot in a third year, this is his third year, he's become a shooter. He's become a great defender. He's one of the best rim runners in the league. He's one of the best cutters in the league. He's big. He's fast. He's athletic. And he almost banged on J-Dub today. He had another opportunity to catch another body today. Just incredible. Who would have thought they would have saw that from Christian Braun? Who would have thought, y'all? Look at those numbers. Look at the plays he's made this year. I'm just so, proud of all the stuff he's been able to accomplish this year. You look at those numbers, and you can see a player that's a legitimate NBA starter. And he's been a catalyst for this team. He's been a catalyst for this team. Like, if they didn't have him right now, they would be in a different spot. The team would be worse. He plays defense versus Anthony Edwards, plays defense versus SGA tonight, plays defense versus everybody. RJ Barrett, you name it. Scotty Barnes, you name it. He'll get in the post with you. He'll get dirty with you. Yo. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. The dude is special, and it needs to be spoken about more nationally with what you're seeing from Christian Braun right now. Because if the disrespect was going to be as loud as it was, that they were just going to fall off because he wasn't going to be good enough, it needs to be louder now that he's playing like this. It needs to be louder that he's playing like this. Man, oh man. Peyton Watson, by the way, y'all, 10 points, 34 minutes played, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. 4 of 9. 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, a huge three-pointer. Huge three-pointer. And then he ends up with 3 blocks. 3 of them. He gets 3 blocks with a game-winning block. SGA drives by Westbrook. Westbrook tries to play good defense without fouling. He drives by Russ. And then he's able even still, to get the block at the point of contact, at the very top of the contact. I mean, dude, man, again, that's a dude continuing to show his value. That's another guy continuing to show his value. And what I love about Peyton is that as Peyton is trying to figure out, the best way to integrate his game with this team, he's letting it come to him. He's letting it come to him so that he can figure out what he needs to do. In the last couple of games from Peyton Watson have been legitimately good. Good. And that's a big deal given how he started the year off this year. And so I'm really proud of Peyton. His defense is what carries him, and to get 3 blocks from your power forward spot. Come on now. They got 3 blocks out of Peyton Watson today. And they literally changed the game. And they saved them points today too, because they were in a tough spot defensively. But then once he started locking in, man, it made all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. Y'all, look at this game chart. Look at this was. Look where the lead was. A 16-point lead at one point. And then the Denver Nuggets go on an absolute tear, and they just start dominating. The Thunder got up 16 points tonight. The biggest lead the Nuggets had was 8. There's 9 lead changes in this game, a 12-0 run. I think that was for the Nuggets in the third quarter. The Nuggets had 55 rebounds. They had 34 assists. Now, this is the number that's too high. Now, they forced 14 turnovers, but they had 18 turnovers today. They have been turning the ball over like madmen this year. Like madmen. It's wild how many turnovers they have. But 8 steals, 6 blocks. Look, you get 14 stocks. That's great. Now, they gave up 21. But OKC had 12 steals. Let me check. Let me check the numbers. OKC, they had 12 steals by the third quarter, y'all. So basically by near the top of the third quarter, they got 12 steals in the game. The Nuggets only gave up a few more the rest of the way. Like, OKC is mad handsy, man. Like, they're very aggressive. And Jokic had 6 free throws today, but it should have been more. It should have been more the way he was getting guarded. Both teams had 50 points in the paint. You love to see that. The Nuggets had 15 second chance points. OKC had 18. The Nuggets had 21 fast break points. OKC had 26. But this is the kind of battle it was. It was just a back and forth battle. And both teams were attacking each other. And one of the things, the underrated story about the Nuggets, y'all, the Nuggets had 33 free throws today. OKC had 23. The Nuggets had 33 free throws. And they were 24-33 at the free throw line. They should have made more. The Nuggets have become a legitimately very good rim pressure team this year, y'all. And again, that's because of Russell Westbrook. They have become legitimately a great rim pressure team this year, and it's coming from all across the team. Porter had 4 free throws. Jokic had 6. Braun had 6. Peyton Watson had 4. Russ had 9. And the thing is, now you're getting Russ and Braun, you're getting supreme athleticism heading to the basket, and they're creating free throw attempts for themselves. And then what that's doing is changing the game for the rest of the roster. So I'm really, truly impressed with how they have played so far this year, y'all. Off the bench, Hunter Tyson, 19 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds. He was a -6, but I think his minutes were mostly better than good than you thought they would be. Zeke Naji, 10 minutes, 3 points, 2 rebounds today, 1 of 2 from the field, but he played good defense. He was a -7 in his minutes. But, y'all, Julian Strawther, 27 minutes for Julian Strawther, and he closed over Russell Westbrook. 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists for Julian off the bench, 1 of 7 from 3, 3 of 11 from the free throw line, 2 turnovers. He was a +12. Again, what Michael Malone is doing is he is trying to develop Julian Strawther and Peyton Watson and Christian Braun, because they all have to play in the playoffs this year. The only way to do that is by getting them at the early season and allowing for them to work out the kinks versus really good teams like the Wolves and like OKC and not so great teams like the Raptors, but figure out the process. And they're doing that. And so just an incredible game, man. Julian, really good decisions. He had a putback dunk today that was excellent to help put them up 8. Again, the game got really close because Peyton Watson missed 2 free throws. Jokic missed 1. They should have run the game by 5 going away, but they wanted to put it up, and all this other stuff. But overall, y'all, a great game for the Denver Nuggets. They get the win 124-122 versus the OKC Thunder. They look, man, this is a championship team, y'all. Like, it's not – they're going to figure this out as the season goes along. They got more to figure out about the team and their identity and the bench and Russ and Julian and Peyton. Oh, by the way, Dario Saric, 3rd straight DNP. This is the 3rd straight DNP for Dario Saric. third straight game he's not playing in. So Zeke Naji, I think he's going to get more and more minutes as the season goes along, y'all. So we'll find out. Swipa gang, let me know what you think about the game in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what time it is, Swipa gang. I see y'all on the other side.